Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the current part of the Cup Network, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real entity in reality, and we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm currently just drinking on some water because it's hot here and hydration
Mhm.
is important. So if you're out and about or if you are somewhere where it's warm, drink you some water, stay hydrated, safety first. But always, also, what I always have near me and will continue to keep close to my heart is my cup mug. Ooh, claim the fame cup mug. Claim the fame party. Claim the fame cup mug. You can get yours too. Get your cup mug at lonagcreations.etsy.com or any of our other merch. You can check it out. We got some good stuff. And we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Period. And who are you? Hmm.
I made it back to Claim to Fame coverage, everyone. Hi, I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I made it back finally. I'm very thankful. The last couple of weeks have been very, very busy for me, but I'm thrilled to be back for Claim to Fame because I have a lot of thoughts, feelings, and opinions about this season. I have water, of course, because hydration is important, as Lana said. I'm also drinking a big ass iced coffee because that's the kind of day I'm having today. I broke out my beautiful rose gold tumbler for the first time in a hot minute. Um, but it's really, really good. Lana, are we still doing the and our claim to fame is part of the
I have
intro?
not done that because I don't have many other claim to fames. I think I did them all last season.
I have one new one.
Mhm.
As of recent, I won't go into all of the drag queens that I met at DragCon because I met a lot of them. And all of those interviews are coming to our main channel soon. But something else coming to the main channel soon is while David and I were at DragCon a couple of weekends ago, I got the absolute privilege and honor of getting to interview trans activist and icon Candace Kane. So that's going to be my claim to fame for today is I got to interview Candace Kane and make her laugh. So I'll take it.
Okay. Well, I guess it was just talking about who we've met.
I think
I
that's maybe where we're at this point.
was about to say, but I do have a claim to fame that I've met, and it actually happened this past a few weekends ago when I was
Mhm.
at my convention. People may not know, you might not know who this person is, and that's fine. But if you are into '90s uh, R&B boy band groups or R&B groups, I actually had the privilege of meeting one of the members of Silk, who let me look you
Oh,
up and down
yep,
these days. Stop.
I'm familiar.
Mr. Gary Glenn. I met him at because he's
Yay.
actually his mother is actually a part of our church,
Oh, how
um,
fun.
and I know her. She's actually a part of
Oh,
where the church group that we are in, and so he
oh, I
was there with
love.
her, and so
Oh,
she introduced him to me because we sing music, da da da. And so he was just very sweet, very kind. And like I
oh,
knew
good.
he was part of our church for a while, but I
Yeah.
just never got a chance of meeting him. And it's a lot of other people
Okay.
who met him because he's a little older than me. So I never got a chance to
Yeah.
actually meet him. But I finally actually met him and he was very sweet. He was said he had family here in Birmingham. He was like, I'm gonna tell him to look out for you. So I was like, oh,
Oh,
thanks.
good. Oh, I love that.
So yeah. I guess we were talking about
Yay.
people
That's
who we're
so
meeting. That's good.
fun.
That was cute.
That's so fun. I think that might be where we're at with the claim to fames at this point because like you said, we did kind of exhaust all of them last season.
I don't
But
really have that many to talk about.
I don't either.
But who knows? But yeah, we are here talking about claim to fame, and I am episode 4. I'm very excited to talk about it and jump into it. But before we do that, we all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss a single video when we drop them because we're going to be dropping content left and right. Big Brother is here. Claim to Fame is here. Survivor is on the way.
The
Anonymous is coming.
anonymous.
everything is coming. We got a lot of stuff happening here on the TV channel.
Yes,
So
God.
we appreciate your support. We see y'all watching the Claim to Fame videos. Y'all enjoying them. I love that. Let's turn our views into subs. Thank you.
Thank
Um,
you.
but we also are part of a network. So we have 3 other channels that we would love for you to support. All of those links will be in the description below in our link tree. Just click on that, get all our YouTube links, click subscribe, follow, share, do all the things to support this channel. Also, our audio podcast links are down there as well. So you can click those links and listen to us on the go. And our Patreon is down as well. So you can join and get early access across all 4 channels and exclusive content across all 4 channels as well. So hit the links, do the things, support this channel so we can grow and continue to give you great content. And we appreciate you. Here. Now,
Thank you.
thank you. Now, Claim to Fame, episode 4.
Oh, God.
Logan, you have not been here since Claim to Fame has started.
That is correct,
And
yes.
I am going to give you the chance to air out your feelings, your thoughts
Okay.
on this season thus far, and let us know who you liking, who you not liking,
Okay.
who you think is going all the way, and what do you think of the season in general?
I am really enjoying this season so far. I don't know if I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't know that I'm enjoying it more than season 1 or season 2 so far. We're only 4 episodes in, so anything can still happen. But I think this group is very dynamic. The fact that, and we'll talk about it, the fact that we got the first correct guess this episode, 5 eliminations into me, is absolutely wild. I think now that we've had a couple of seasons of this, the people that are competing kind of know how to game the game a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And I also love that the producers are kind of adding in new different things to make it a little bit different. I loved having the memory or the clue wall locked at the start. I think that was a really great twist to it. I will say my favorite person up until this episode was Naomi, because I think she's very blunt. She's very straightforward. Ultimately, that does end up being her downfall. We'll talk about it. But I'm really liking Naomi. I'm really, up until this episode, I was like, who's HUD? And then all of a sudden, he walked by at one point, and this is not important to the actual episode, so I'm just going to mention it here. He walked by, like, shirtless, and I was like, oh, hi, HUD. Hi there. Like, was a little like, oh, all right then. But no, I'm really liking Mackenzie as well. I think Mackenzie is a really smart player. And before this episode, I would have said, oh, I think she's going to go all the way. And now with some other things that happen in this episode, I'm a little bit more worried for Miss Mackenzie. But I like Mackenzie a lot. And I really do like Shane. I think Shane is the biggest gamer of everyone here. I think it was really Shane and Naomi through this episode. And then obviously we'll talk about now. I think it's just Shane. But yeah, I think this season is fun. There's a lot of people that annoy the absolute shit out of me. Miguel was one of them. Adam is another one that I'm just ready to see leave. Yeah. Diedrich is lovely. Diedrich is turning into the Adria of this season for me. We know who his relative is. Not everybody in the house is fully convinced, but most of them know.
It's so wild.
Or at least it's down to 2 people, but for a lot of people. So, you know. But like, we'll talk about it. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying this season so far. But I really think my big takeaway 3 episodes in, and now talking about episode 4, these people know how to play this game a little bit better, and there's a lot more deception than we've seen on the last couple of seasons. And I'm really liking that so far. And also in that, there's a lot of deception, but then there's also a lot of like blatant truth telling. I think it's an interesting dichotomy to look at, and then there's so much deception that everyone's like, I don't know that I believe you. It's like, okay. work. But no, I'm
I
enjoying
mean,
it.
I get it. I understand why it's like, even when people are telling the truth, it's hard to believe that they're telling the truth. Like, I don't know if I believe that because you lied so much about so much
Right.
other stuff, and so I
Right.
get it. It's interesting, but let's
It
dive
makes complete
into.
sense, yeah.
It makes complete sense. So let's dive into episode 4 and talk about how today was the day of the lie detector test. Today was lie detector day.
Early.
Very early, but I liked it.
Early. I do too.
I thought it was gonna be like the next episode or the next one after that, but whatever. I kind of liked it being right here too. We did
Mhm.
have some conversation with Naomi and Hud and Adam because of course
Yep.
they made this agreement to, help each other out and get each other as far as they can. They would get each other's clues and hold them and not tell them, and then once they get to that point where they have to turn on each other, it is what it is. And so they were ready to roll with that. But
Yeah.
then Naomi noticed something about Adam, that he was not giving anything, but he was taking everything.
Yeah.
Just take. He was, taking everything and making sure that he would get all the information from
Mhm.
people, but he had no information to give. And some people can take it as, oh, but maybe he doesn't know anything, or he knows something and he's just not telling. Um, he had a incident with Danny where he went to talk to Danny about the clue that he grabbed because he knows that Danny grabbed Diedrich's clue, and which was the most obvious clue ever. But uh um he grabs Diedrich's clue, and Adam is like, well, tell me what it is. And Danny literally told him what the clue was: Scarecrow walking backwards. And he was like, moonwalking? He was like, yeah, it's Michael Jackson. And Adam was like, well, let me see it. And Danny said, no, you don't need to see it. He was like, no, let me see it. You said you let me see it. And Danny was like, no, I don't. I'm telling you exactly what it is. What do you need to see it for? Well, Adam's whole stance is, if I don't see it, it's not true. It is so, ugh. For me with Adam, I'm so like he's so entitled. He knows he's entitled. He knows it. He's like, I'm such a nipple baby. I'm like, you really are.
Don't get me started on this man, because I could go on a 30-minute rant about how much I genuinely despise this man. Because I just, like, the fact that he knows that this is the kind of shit he does too, like, really genuinely pisses me off. It's just like, I don't understand. Like, you understand this is a game, right? And I guess from his perspective, I understand what his strategy is, because he clearly does not know who anyone is.
He doesn't
Has
know
no
nothing about
fucking
Pop Patrol.
clue who any single person is. And I'm like, okay, then why are you on this show?
Why are you here?
Why are you here? Like, there is legitimately no reason for you to be here. Literally no reason. Like, can he just we'll talk about it later. I was like, can he get disqualified?
I really want. I mean, people been disqualified before, but he's just
We'll talk
like,
about it, because I think he
he's.
should be.
It's just like you have no clue who anybody is, and you just want people to do the work for you. You are an entitled freeloading brat. Like, literally want everybody to do the homework and tell you the answers. Like, even we get to the challenge. We get to the challenge, and it's very much like we said, the lie detector challenge. And everybody is trying to figure out who's lying, who's telling the truth, looking at the heart rate, looking at the monitor, looking at the if it's hot or sweaty or whatever. Um, and Adam literally looks at Naomi and was like, what? Huh? Like,
This might be
what?
the single most entitled white man I have ever
I've ever
experienced in all of
seen.
the reality TV that I've watched.
And it's been some entitled
Like
men. It's been some very entitled white men on plenty of shows I've watched. But
on this show,
I mean, oh my God. I have never in my life been so aggravated with a man. It's just,
yeah.
oh my God.
And
We
what I
should
found
all
really
aspire to have the confidence of a straight white man.
Thank you. Thank you, Tolu. Appreciate you.
Ugh,
That is her name, right, Tolu?
it's very Tolu.
I didn't cover that show.
You should have. It was good.
And how I felt after Adam in this episode.
Damn.
Huh?
Oh, did the audio not play for you?
Not for me. We have to do it again.
Oh no, I did the Carly scream.
Damn.
That's how I felt about him this entire time. It's like,
Same.
But you were
Yeah.
saying,
What I found interesting about this challenge, and I don't really love that it happened this early, is like you can ask these very pointed, directed questions and basically
mhm.
get exactly who someone is. And I'm like, it's episode 4. I don't need these people to have like locked in absolute guesses about who people are. And we see that come to fruition with Mackenzie when Naomi goes up, because Mackenzie has an idea of who Naomi's relative is. And obviously we then find out later in this episode that Mackenzie is 100% correct.
I mean, Shane knew because
Shane knew.
Gracie Lou
Yeah.
told him Naomi's clue before she left.
But Mackenzie was the one that was asking the questions about
Because
Naomi
she got the because she got it from Shane.
Yeah. Yes. But that was like the first thing that really shook up Naomi. She was like, I don't think anybody knows who I am. And then as soon as it's like Brat Pack, red hair, she's like, shit, everybody knows who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Julie.
Yes,
Now, okay, I don't know if I just didn't catch it, because I will be honest, I was also doing other things while watching this episode. So Shane ends up winning the lie detector.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see him get the one-on-one time with that CIA guy?
Yes, but they didn't show who he talked about.
Okay.
The guy was like,
I guess I just didn't fully catch on to that. And I'm like, why wouldn't they show us the full thing?
They showed him talking to him, and he was like, which one of your house guests do you want to know more about? And then they cut it off.
Ah, okay. So maybe we'll see it next episode?
Maybe. Or maybe in a flashback type of deal. Because, like, we don't know who he picked and who he got more info about.
I would like to know.
I would love to know.
Inquiring minds would like to know, producers.
Me too. I mean, if I was him, I would be smart. I would have picked Adam or HUD, but I don't know.
And we know, I don't think I remember HUD's clue specifically. We know who HUD is, right?
Naomi knows who HUD is. She said she knows who HUD is.
Do we know who HUD is?
I don't know who HUD is. I don't
remember his clue. I'm gonna go look at his clue real quick, because they posted it on Instagram, right?
I don't know.
Let's go take a look.
But I don't know who HUD person is. But you know, Naomi said she knew. But so then we see Shane go down to the wine cellar to pick out his clue. He was gonna pick Adam, but he was like, Adam's about to go home, so no point of picking him. So I'm gonna pick Mackenzie. And so he picks Mackenzie, and from what I remember in the clue, it was 6'6", actually 6 feet, and a number 6,
Yeah.
and then country singer. It was a music note with a hat on, a country hat on it, cowboy hat on it. So it's country singer. Then something about a house and ice,
and there was like a monkey or something.
a monkey.
So they seemingly stopped posting the clues on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Because the last one they posted was Gracie Lou's clue.
Mm.
But they didn't post any. Okay, well, all right then. But yeah, based on Mackenzie's clue, I told Lana this last week because I was supposed to be on for last week's Claim to Fame, and then scheduling got weird. I had a really good idea as to who Mackenzie's Claim to Fame was, but I wasn't 100% sure. And now seeing the clue, I am 99% sure I am locked in.
Locked in. There's no other 6 foot.
Do we want to talk about them at the end?
We can talk about it.
Okay. I had mentioned to Lana that I was pretty sure, based on the clues we had gotten for Mackenzie so far, that it was Trace Adkins.
Mm-hmm.
I am now 99% sure she's. I think she's Trace Adkins' granddaughter, is who I think she is.
Mm-hmm.
Or niece, or some not daughter, because I think she's too young for that. Because he's up in age.
I mean, yeah.
Well, she's young. She's like 21.
I mean, I can see that being his daughter.
How old?
Maybe had kids late in life.
How old is Trace? He's 62.
Granddaughter.
Or niece.
Or
Yeah. Something like that. Oh, well. I just found something that absolutely confirmed that actually she's his daughter. Don't Google Trace Adkins if you don't want to know. But
I already knew. Once we talked about it last week, I was like, that makes so much sense. And then the clue this week, I was like, oh, I'm 100% sure it is what we said it is.
There's like 2 or 3. There's like 2 or 3 people that it could be. But no, that and Diedrich are currently the only ones that I'm 100% sure on. Everyone else is kind of up in the air, which I actually really like 4 episodes in, because usually by now I'm like, oh, I know exactly who everyone is. But
right. I'm still debating between Danny. I think I have some ideas, but I'm not sure 100%. I am clueless on HUD and Shane, if to be honest, and Adam.
I have an idea for HUD.
I mean, Adam, that's an idea for Adam, but not
Adam. I have an idea as well. I think Mackenzie is onto something personally. He looks like David Schwimmer. So for me, like it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if he was. But yeah. So I don't know. I have an idea about. There's another idea about Adam as well. Because I think some of the singing clues that people are not attributing to him are him. And there's someone else that I've thought he might look like. I think he could be related to Michael Bolton. Because his initial clue was singer, wasn't it? Or it was Grammy or something like that.
Something like that.
I think it was Grammy. I think was the starting clue. So, but he kind of looks like a young Michael Bolton, a little bit.
Okay.
But
some people are saying that.
Yeah.
Michael Bolton. Okay. I mean, okay. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I don't know. We'll see. But we do get the Shane wins. He gets Mackenzie's clue. Blah blah blah. So everybody is pretty much sure that they're going to put Adam in that bottom because it's between Adam and Hood. They got the bottom two. And they're pretty
Mhm,
much going to make Adam the guesser because they were like, Adam don't know nothing about nobody.
mhm,
Um, they thought he would go after Diedrich if he did. And even if he did, he would probably say Randy Jackson because he thinks it's Randy Jackson and not Michael Jackson. And Naomi, this is where Naomi messed up because
yep,
Naomi sat in that room with Mackenzie and with Hud
mhm,
and laid out the perfect plan to get rid of Adam and um how it was going to play out because she was like, we can get rid of Adam. We can also figure out that Dietrich is not related to Randy Jackson. So we know for sure who the other person is. And she just, and he goes home and we don't have, and then we can do the layup next week with Dietrich. And she laid it out. And Hud was sitting there
mhm.
like, huh, I thought we were supposed to have each other's back until the end. And here you are sending him out the door.
Would you
Interesting.
rather it be you, Hud?
I mean, she could have. I get him thinking that because
Yeah,
his in his mind, him, Naomi, and Adam was supposed to be working together. So trying to keep Adam there is the best thing to do. So instead
yes,
of telling him that it's not Randy Jackson, it's Michael Jackson, convince him it's Michael Jackson so he can go after Dietrich, say it's Michael Jackson. Dietrich goes home, Adam
yeah,
still stays. But Naomi is trying to get Adam out. So to Hud, she is betraying the
yeah,
group that they formed. So I'm like, I get it. I understand why Hud is
yeah,
looking at her weird, and he knows she is the only person that has his clue. She has
yeah,
not told anybody what his clue is, and so it's like, hmm, now you're going against the group,
yeah,
and you telling me this plan. So if you do it to him, you turn around and do it to me, and you
yeah,
have my clue, so you know who I am. So what's the best way to do this is to get her out. How
yeah,
do I do this? I convince Adam and tell him who her person is so he can go after her. Because Adam is already pissed because Naomi literally called him a man child, which he was acting like. Nothing she said was wrong or false. Nothing
I
she said was wrong.
just all I needed Naomi to do was to coordinate this whole plan with everyone but Hud.
Yep. Yep.
Like she
It would have
just
worked either
needed
way.
it would have worked either way. Or vote Hud in.
Yeah.
Blindside Hud.
Yeah. But he would have came after her too.
Yeah, you're right.
He would have came after her too. But it it was Adam and Hud was sitting at the memory wall, at the clue wall, and was looking at it. And Adam was like, I wish I can go after Naomi. I just don't have anything. And Hud was like, I do. He was like, ooh.
Mm,
And I was like, ooh, is he going to tell him? Is he not? Because they went to commercial and came back and we were already down at the elimination route.
mhm.
And I was like, did he tell him? Did he not? Well, um, everybody votes Adam as the guesser.
Yeah.
And Adam says, I am going to choose Naomi. And I was like, oop, he told him.
Goopery. The
Goopery gaggers.
goopery. Now, okay. Here's where I'm like, is this allowed? He wrote the damn name on his wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that was allowed.
I don't think there's a rule against it
Okay.
because there's no rule to say you can't. I mean, they give him paper and pen to write things down all the time. He just can't pull out a piece of paper and be like, oh, okay, here it is. He wrote it on his arm. This man got up there and couldn't remember. He couldn't remember who had told him. So he wrote it on his wrist. Molly Ringwald. And that man said, I think your celebrity relative is
Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald. I was like,
And she was like, oh shit. That is the most visceral reaction to a guest that we have seen in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it does ultimately take Naomi out. Yeah.
It was right. I was like, whoop. So we find
The
out that
the
first
first
guess.
right guess of the season comes from a Nepo baby idiot who was told who it was.
Yep.
That pisses me off for Naomi. Like, I'm mad for Naomi because she did not deserve that.
I mean, she kind of deserved it.
She did, but like, she didn't.
She kind of deserved it because she got cocky and she thought she was untouchable for a minute.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad for her because that is a one heck of a way to go out. Like, if anybody should be screaming this, is Naomi.
I should have more camera time.
Camera time.
Like,
interesting how you hear the audios when you play them, but not when I do.
I didn't hear that one either.
Oh, you didn't hear that one either?
No.
Oh, how interesting and peculiar, because I did. I hope the recording did. Let us know in the comments below. Did you hear the audio? Did you hear Carly say I should have more camera time?
I'm probably sure they heard it, but I didn't hear. But yeah, because Naomi actually was playing a really good game up until this point. I really did enjoy her and how she played, but I think she just let her emotions get the best of her. She just got sick of him, which I get, because that'll probably be me. I'll be like, oh, I'm sick of you, you entitled brat. I am sick of you. But it was a way to go out. But she is the cousin of Molly Ringwald. She grew up in Molly's home with her parents, and they took care of her and all kinds of things. It was lovely to see. And come to find out, Adam not only knows how to just mooch off of people, but he also knows how to throw people under the bus, because this man literally was like, I got the answer from HUD.
HUD, you're an idiot. HUD, you're just as big of an idiot.
And HUD was like, what the?
This is why you should have stayed aligned with Naomi. Naomi was not going to come after HUD. She only wanted, all I needed Naomi to do was pull HUD one-on-one and be like, I'm tired of Adam. I understand that we had this group going, but I'm tired of Adam. All he has done is she just needed to tell him that directly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if she had,
HUD would have been like,
I think HUD would have been fine with it, because he also, like, he knows to an extent that she needs him in the game because he has her clue. And that ultimately is what took her out.
Mm-hmm.
But I needed her to have that conversation with HUD. I still think there's a chance that HUD might have been like, well, no, because we had this agreement.
Mm-hmm.
And still did the same thing would have ended up happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, I don't know. But now HUD is in a worse spot than he would have been if he had, as opposed to if he had just sacrificed Adam.
Yeah, because everybody now no longer trusts HUD, and they are looking for, like, okay, HUD, we see you. But the one good thing about it,
no
that
one
HUD
knows.
still has, no one knows his clue, and they can't get it. Like, Naomi walked out the door with that clue, so
HUD,
nobody can get it. So HUD is in the clear.
I think HUD is probably most likely to win at this point, even despite this setback. And going into this episode, I would have said that I think most likely to win currently is Mackenzie, because no one had anything on Mackenzie going into this episode. Now, obviously, that's changed because Shane decided to pull her clue and immediately was like, I don't know who it is, but there are a select number of 6'6" country singers. And I do also love that Shane to Mackenzie, like, Mackenzie straight up asks him, do you have my clue? Like, and he says yes. And he says, it's the 6'6" for me. And she immediately gives it away. She's like, God damn it. So I think Mackenzie's in a good spot still. I don't think she's in a great spot, because I do think Shane has other people that he's going to want to get out before he gets out Mackenzie. I'm also angry. We have 5 eliminations so far. We only have 1 woman left of the game. So therefore, and because of that, I am rooting for Mackenzie.
I mean, Amanda's winning this season, and that's fine. And that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it because it's like,
not me either.
As much as I love my women and I'm all about women power, girl power, the girls wasn't given like they should have been given this season. Not gonna lie, not gonna hold you. And
Naomi was given the most,
and she's gone now because she gave too much. So I feel like I was rooting for a guy the whole time anyway. So I feel like the person who I want to win is Shane for me. I feel like Shane is playing the best game.
Yeah,
He's
I think
playing
so.
This game the best for me, and I was like, I like him. I don't know who he is, who he's related to. I have some ideas, but nothing's concrete where I'm like confident in saying who he possibly could be. So
I was gonna say, if you want to vocalize it, I'm curious who you think it might be.
It's not even to that point where I feel I could vocalize it. I'm still just mulling it over in my head, trying to figure him out.
Okay.
I need to see his clue. Clue. Because I have no idea. I have thoughts because I'm like, oh, he looks like he could be related to what was his name? Big Pun or
so you're thinking that direction.
Yeah, I'm thinking more musical rapper.
Okay. Because what were his 3 initial for the True Truths and a Lie? Do you remember what it was? Because I don't offhand.
I can't offhand remember. I think he did say they won a Grammy. So I'm thinking he maybe Rick Ross, maybe what's the man? No, that was Bun B, but not him. The dancer to pull up a band, do the rock away, lean back. Who's that dude?
Oh shit. Fuck. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm not well versed in that arena, but I do know who you're talking about for sure.
I can't think of his name right now, but I'm thinking of that range of
lean back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in that realm of people. Okay. But I'm not sure.
What throws things off a little bit for me, because I took a screenshot of the clue wall at one point and I was looking. What's throwing me off is there's someone that has to be related to like an old school movie star, because there's a lot of movie star clues. Mm-hmm. And I think some of them might have been Brat Pack in the way of like some of the other people in the Brat Pack. Now, I don't know if anybody else is a Brat Pack relation or if it was just Naomi, but there's some like Hollywood-based clues that make me think that someone else is like a Hollywood person. And it may not be, it might have been Naomi, because they all might have been Molly Ringwald, but what the fuck was it? It's the mask in the bottom left for me. So I'm thinking theater. I'm thinking like that kind of direction. And that doesn't fit with any of the people that we've already had. Mm-hmm. There's someone here, and it could be Adam, it could be HUD, it could be Shane. Frankly, it could be Danny for all we know. But someone has an old Hollywood relation, I'm thinking.
Yeah. HUD said something about the Scarecrow might be his clue, when I thought the Scarecrow was Michael Jackson's clue. And so
I thought it was, like, but then we saw the Scarecrow in Diedrich's clue. So that's why I'm like, is that just HUD throwing us off and producers included it in? Or like, hold on. Is that a double clue for both Wizard of Oz and The Wiz?
Could be, but like, you said old Hollywood, because who's the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz? Very older person.
Yeah. Wizard of Oz. I'm gonna do some.
It's just weird. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the game controller for?
Game controller.
I think that could be Michael Jackson's too, because he
That
has
has to
this,
be. Yeah, that
because
has
he
to be
has
Michael Jackson.
he has this game, the
Yeah.
Michael Jackson Experience
Yeah.
on Xbox and Wii. So it could be that. I don't know. People still wonder who the maracas are for.
Right. Like,
The school bus is lightning rod. Like, it's a lot of stuff on here. I don't know. But I'm not sure. And I don't know who everybody is yet. I'm still trying to be 100% on some people, but all I know is I'm enjoying this season thus far.
and I'm loving this season because I remember last season by this time, Lana, we knew who everybody was already. So there was that, like, I was still enjoying the season, but there was a little bit of like, well, I know who everybody is. So I love that we still don't know who everyone is. Like, I'm really, really enjoying that part of the season too. So
Absolutely.
These players are stepping up the game, and I'm excited to see kind of an elevation of the claim to fame game. So,
So last thoughts, is there anybody who you want to vocalize, who you think somebody is, who you have a clue on, who you feel comfortable enough with vocalizing?
I mean, Michael Jackson is the obvious one. I think Mackenzie being Trace Adkins' relation, I think, is the obvious one. For me, there's the potential. I think Adam either could be someone like a David Schwimmer, or honestly, the more that I look at him, the more that I'm like, he could be related to Michael Bolton, because he did have a Grammys. He had a Grammys as one of his two truths and a lie. So I think it could be. I think there are multiple people left that could be musical relations.
Yes.
I think that's,
I just got it. The lightning bolt.
Yep. There it is.
There it is.
So I think it could be Michael Bolton.
Absolutely. And I think these kids are not going to figure it out. Maybe Shane.
I think Shane and Danny have the best shot at figuring it out.
Because they seem to know a lot of people.
They know, they do know a lot of people. And Adam doesn't. So, but no, I think those are the three. Like, Danny's, I'm still not sure. Shane's, I have absolutely no clue. HUD, I think it's either actor or singer. But I think it's someone old school. Like, I don't think I think it's probably father that is later in his years, or grandfather. Because I don't remember what he said his relation was to the person. It might have been father, and I don't remember. But, and I also think everybody left has a relation that is a man.
Yes.
I don't think there are any other women I think Naomi's was the last one, because they kind of got all the women relations out pretty early, and there were only a couple.
Right.
Because it was only Robin Roberts, Jamie Lee Curtis, Molly Ringwald. That was it, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I think my only guess that I think I'm comfortable with vocalizing, but I'm still only like 50-50 on if that's him or not. I think Danny could be related to Bad Bunny.
I don't think that's a bad guess at all. I don't think that's a bad. I'm leaning that direction as well. I think it could be someone in that arena.
I feel like because he said he won a Grammy and because he was a wrestler, and I was like, Bad Bunny did wrestle for a minute, and he won several Grammys.
Unless the wrestler is the lie.
I mean, it could be, but the wrestler could be the truth, and the lie.
What was his third clue? The relation. Was it father, grandfather? Uncle? I don't remember. It might have been uncle, actually.
Which could be true too.
I think if it is uncle, I think it's uncle and then one of the two. But you also could be onto it where it could be wrestler Grammy, and that would narrow it down to. But would they consider Bad Bunny a wrestler, even though he has wrestled? That's
Yes,
where that
because
distinction for me is a little,
I feel like because they would consider him a wrestler because he did sign a contract and he was under the WWE for a period of time as
Okay.
a considered a superstar.
Okay.
So I feel
You
like
know more about that universe than I do, so I will absolutely listen to you on that one. So
I would consider him that, but
okay.
who knows? Who's to say? But that's the only one that I have, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm just 50-50 on that. Not
And
sure. Not
I
even
love that we
50-50.
don't know. Again, I love that we don't know who everyone is at this point in the season. I'm loving it. So
Absolutely. But that's about it, y'all. We have talked enough. We've
yeah.
talked exhaustion, and now we are going to get up out of here. But we appreciate you watching. We appreciate you sticking with us. And please let us know in the comments below who you think is who. Let us know if you think our guesses are correct or not, or help us out. Let us know what you think. We appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on your way out, as well as going to our links and clicking on all of our other channels and hitting the subscribe and the notification bells all over there. Also, hit our audio podcast link so you could go and listen to us on the go, on your cars, on your jogging, whatever you want to, check us out. And check out our Patreon so you can get early access across all 4 of our channels and um um uh exclusive content across all 4 channels. That's what I
That
was trying to
part.
say. Mm-hmm.
Yes, God.
Follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, as well as Logan and myself. If you want to follow us, we're cool people. We type some stuff from time to time. And go down a little bit further and you can get your cup merch as well. So get all of that, do all the things. We appreciate you. And we'll be back next week talking more Claim to Fame. So cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You better figure out who you're claiming to fame. I don't know.
I don't.
That was horrible.